lovely wood dwellers from Vegas. Welcome back to Chaos Head Noah. Oh my god, last time Takumi got closer and closer to Rimi, but I am just so worried. What if Rimi is not a real person? And chapter 5 being called Delusion doesn't exactly fill me with confidence, and it's just, oh god, because there's plenty of evidence against Rimi being a real person. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. The fact that we really don't often see other people interact with her, like, except for that one phone call, like, and which could probably be explained by something, it just really has me worried. Or, what if the other tragedy is the other way around? What if she is a real person, but through freaking Takumi's delusion powers or whatever, how these powers are working, that, oh yeah, we also saw Senna last time use her freaking D-sword to destroy this dude who was using mind control on this bunch of people. So it appears the D-swords like destroy the mind control that the evil organization is doing. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like they're doing. Although I don't know how the fuck they got these swords. Like, these freaking anime-ass looking swords. Like, if everything is just like, I don't think everything could just be an illusion from within the mind. Because then how would the swords work otherwise? Like, how do they just, like, summon them? Like, that just seems pretty crazy. And we have these, like, insane-ass anime fights that we've seen. Like, holy shit. Alright, let's get back into it. As fall moved forward, it had gradually been getting colder outside. The fact that I'd been able to go out in a short-sleeved shirt only a few days ago felt unreal. Yep, that's what happens as soon as it changes over. The color of the sky was also somewhat dull. Its previously bright tints seemed to be fading. If you went to a park, you'd be able to see the vibrant autumn leaves sprouting from the trees. Maybe they were sucking the color from the sky. Oh, thank you, Voytiller. It's okay, I got plenty of sleep during the day, though. As I looked up toward that sky, I jammed my toothbrush into my mouth. The nice thing about my base was that I had no eyes on me. I could do anything I wanted on the roof without fear of other people's scrutiny. It was also fairly spacious, giving it a nice open feel. My sink was located outside of my container, which allowed me to brush my teeth outside when the weather was nice. It's pretty inconvenient when it rained, though. How does he take a bath? I was wondering, how does he take a shower? I can't believe I never even thought of that. Like, what? Like, I wouldn't be able to live in that just because it doesn't seem like it has its own private bathroom there. Like, for me, like, the idea, like, this is what I couldn't stand in college dorms. Like, having, like, the bathroom be something public, like, that, it just really terrified me. I hated that. And, like, I like, a private room to me is borderline useless without its own private bathroom. Like, jeez. And I don't know how he does it, like, honestly. Like, does he have to go inside the freaking building to use the bathroom? I can't believe I never thought of that before. It's pretty inconvenient when it rained, though. As I rubbed my sleepy eyes, I moved my toothbrush from my mouth and thought back to what had happened a day prior. Even after everything, Rimi had stayed in my room until late at night. Oh my god! She even held my hand until I finally calmed down, which had taken at least an hour. She is so nice to him. Jeez. Although I should clarify that nothing had actually happened between us before she'd gone home. Oh my god. Talk to me, for someone so perverted, you're being awfully gentlemanly toward a real girl. Two people of the opposite sex, and the same age no less, have been left all alone in a cramped room for hours on end, yet they never broach any particularly lewd topics. If I had the skills to carry out conversations like that, I would have gained normie status a long time ago. No, there are bathrooms inside the dorm, but they're not attached to your room. They're in the public hallway. Like, as are the showers. Which I despised. Jesus Christ, why was I like this? The part of me that wanted this bullshit sexual gratification made me want to puke. Rimi was genuinely trying to help. He finally realized someone was genuinely trying to help him. And it was as a friend, nothing more. She already done a lot for me by just saying I'll stay by your side. Well, I'm glad somebody got through to him. Like, I'm kind of sad that he didn't take the same offer from his sister. Who'd also, I hope he notices that his sister was also trying to do that. She'd already done a lot for me, just saying I'll stay by your side. That alone had made me feel leagues bitter. Having just that pillar of support made a tremendous difference. Despite the gut-wrenching murder of Dr. Takashina in the numbskull case, I found myself feeling pretty stable after the night had passed. Maybe it was because my mind was preoccupied by the patent and the trial records I'd looked up yesterday. The power to project delusions onto reality. Did such a thing really exist? Was I being targeted by Shogun because I had the power to do so? Hello, Ushimiya Beatrice. Welcome to the stream. She is very perfect, which I am really wondering if she's a real person or not. Because, yeah, that's the thing. She is very perfect. And that's why I'm questioning how real she is. If I did have that power, a childhood memory resurfaced. It was the day I hadn't been able to go on the field trip. The day when I've been the only one not involved in a certain accident. The bus had crashed and several of my classmates were injured. And Mr. Saito, my teacher, died. I remembered images of those things appearing vividly in my mind back then. I'd seen them clear as day. Had it really just been just foreknowledge? What if, like, how would he have done that? What if those images hadn't just been foreknowledge? What if they'd been a delusion of mine? What if I projected that delusion onto reality? My body threatened to start trembling, so I wrapped my arms around myself in an attempt to counter it. If that's really true, then I'd be... Yeah, that's it. But I don't think that would work that way. If it was just... Like, if he's literally altering reality, then yeah. That'd be absolutely fucking insane. That'd be a broken-ass power. That's not... We seem to have, like, two separate things. We seem to have the mind control, which what the evil organization is doing, and we seem to have, like, the delusion drive, like, freaking... literally reality-altering shit with the D-swords and freaking Takumi's ability. A murderer. Hello there! Who is this? Sister? Oh no, it's Rimi. They have similar voices. Rimi was standing there. Despite how early it was in the morning, she was just as cheerful and energetic as ever. The moment I saw her smile, the trembling I'd been unable to fight suddenly ceased. That was odd. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm trying to decide now whether it would be better or worse if Rimi was a real person or not. Like, I could see there being a very heartbreaking but meaningful ending if Rimi wasn't real. And it would kind of be, I don't know. I think it would be, I think that would be very, like, depending on, like, there's probably a lot of the story I don't know yet, but I could see it, like, being, like, a whole, like, a huge lesson to get Takumi to believe in himself. And, like, he'd have to let go of Rimi, and I don't know. It would be very sad, but it might be something he had to do, would have to do. And there might be a choice, you know, to, like, remain in a delusion forever with her or something like that. And, like, with an alternate ending like that. Or it might be something he has to do to save the world. So, like, yeah, he has a washer dryer, and like a little kitchen set up with a thing here. But yeah, where's his bathroom? How does he go to the bathroom? Did they ever say? Jeez. Like, does he have a porta potty there or something? Right next to it, I'd imagine. Still, that'd be super fucking awkward at night. Like, imagine having to go outside in the pitch black darkness. Like, what if it was raining? Or in the winter. To use the fucking toilet? That's a horrible setup. I used to get extremely uncomfortable whenever 3D girls were around me. But for some reason I felt at ease now that Rimi was here. I'm here to pick you up. Huh? Why is your mouth hanging open like that? You're gonna catch flies. Oh, I understand now. According to the minimum attendance chart, I had to go to school today. Oh, this is another point in the Rimi isn't real column right here. I'd probably told Rimi that yesterday. Did you forget I was coming? Yeah, it had to be that. Because of Shogun. I've been too afraid to go out on my own, and that was when Rimi told me I'll stay by your side. She was keeping that promise. Hello, Nagitona. Welcome to the stream. Did you think I wouldn't actually come or something? Bishi? I forget. I think they explained that before. I think that's like a reference. Well, sorry to disappoint, but you can't get rid of me that easily. I keep my promises. Rimi winked mischievously at me. Because there's also the other thing of how much Rimi looks exactly like the freaking anime magical girl, the lewd magical girl that he just, he keeps a statue of. Like, she looks exactly like her. Hello, Nagitona. Welcome to the stream. Huh. What error was this? I couldn't believe a girl from my class had come to pick me up. It was a scenario I never would have expected to happen in real life. Well, thank you, Nagitona. If she wanted to make it genuinely top tier, she should have barged into my room and woken me up. That would have insta-killed me. Well, I mean, you were already awake, dude. While I cooked up idiotic delusions like that, Rimi looked up at the sky. That distant look of hers again. The winter sky looks so lifeless. Now that's a weird thing to say. Why do you think that is? Well, this sun's light is composed of 7 colors, the well-known colors of the rainbow. For those 7 colors to reach the human eye, they first have to pass through the Earth's atmosphere. When that happens, a phenomenon called scattering occurs. To put it simply, when light collides with the particles in the atmosphere, it gets refracted in several random directions. Since it gets refracted in random directions, it results in light traveling around a lot. And that's what makes it easily observable for people. The colors that scatter the most are purple and blue. That's why the sky is blue. I was so smart. I even impressed myself sometimes. However, while my answer was based in scientific fact, Rimi's came from emotions and romanticism. I'm sure it's because of how cold it's become. And now everyone looks just down at the ground. It feels like fewer people wish to see that blue than ever. I felt like Rimi had already said something like that before. But when exactly? So, even when it's as cold as can be, let's hold our heads up high and march onward. I quickly changed clothes, then left the Kurenai conference hall building with Rimi. Oh, what is this song she's humming? Going to school together, for all intents and purposes. This was some normie shit. Really? Sounds like something that would happen in an anime. Hello, Conway. Welcome to the stream. Shogun and Yua terrified me so much, I honestly wanted them to die. He really meant that. Fucking kill yourself, both of you. And yet, thanks to them, I've been able to toss down normiedom. God damn it, I really hope that Yua clears up this misunderstanding with Yua somehow. Maybe I owed them more than I realized. I attempted to force myself to change how I felt about them, but... Dr. Takashina's face resurfaced in my mind, and my good mood was instantly blown away. My doctor had been killed, and it could very well have been because of me. Shogun had killed a doctor I knew well, and had all to set an example or provoke me. I was hit with a wave of pure anxiety and dread. I began to gradually fall behind Rimi. Looking at her diagonally now, I glanced at the back of her head. What kind of expression could she be making? She was humming. She was humming the song from the Phantasm CD I'd lent her the day prior. Oh, yeah, okay, so he did end up lending it to her. Come on, Takumi. You gotta say you know the lead singer and you guys can freaking get into her fucking concert. She'd freaking love you for that, man. Jeez. Her footsteps were light and bouncy. We weren't even talking. So why was she so happy? Seeing her like that, it helped alleviate my anxiety, if only a little bit. It was probably time to be honest with myself. Here we go. Ooh, yeah, this is a really good question. Why was Rimi being so nice to me? Maybe the reason lay within the memories I had with her. Memories that were lost to me. Can you please ask her? God damn it. Talk to her. Why are you not asking her for the first thing? When we arrived at school, I let Rimi go off on her own and made a break for the restroom. That was one of my secretly OP tactics. Oh, God. I felt bad since Rimi had gone out of her way to pick me up, but coming to school with a girl would make me stand out. I get it. Even though it stand out in a good way, like I can totally see that. Like not wanting to stand out in a good or bad way, because that just make people notice him more in general, and like provide more opportunities, for people to be mean to him. Especially if the DQNs in my class noticed. Who knew what terrible fate would be in store for me then? Like, if I was in his position, I would also be worried about Rimi. Like, what if people targeted Rimi because she was seen with him? That's why I was taking a short break in the restroom. Buy me enough time to make them think I'd come alone. And yet my mission had ended in failure. Did his friends see? Putting a nonchalant look at my face, I left the restroom and headed towards the classroom at the end of the hallway, keeping my head down all the way. Right, I say. Woo! As I made my way there, I spotted Ayase walking towards me. The moment our eyes met, Ayase's lips twisted into a thin smile. Ayase was a celebrity. Well, I mean, do people know exactly who she is? Or is it like a secret? I knew I'd be better off not talking to her when we were at school, as it would only make me stand out. Unfortunately, Ayase wasn't on the same page as I was, which she showed by choosing to stop directly in front of me. I had no choice but to follow suit.
Takumi, あれから警察はどう?
Ayase, you're so cool. How did the matter with the police resolve, Takumi? Go! I nearly screamed, but I managed to cover my mouth with my hand. Why would you bring that up in public? I looked around in a panic. The situation was already really bad. Unsurprisingly, Ayase was the center of attention. Okay, so people do know that she's in a popular band. It was rare for her to come out to school at all. And she was a phantasm vocalist. And she was a beautiful androgynous woman. I know, seriously. Fucking hell. My God. She rocks that look so much. That last thing was pretty much a universal opinion. Meaning both guys and girls alike were immensely interested in Ayase. Yep. Wow, this fucking artist has got it. Damn. Wow, that is definitely true. I'm so glad. Okay, that wasn't just me. I know they saw her at school, but I didn't know that she was also. I didn't know that everyone knew that she was Fess. Is what I meant. Void. Okay, I'm glad that wasn't just my opinion and that she was intentionally designed that way. Okay, cool. And they knew all there was. And they all knew there was no way she'd be talking to a no-taco freak like me under normal circumstances. The gazes surrounding me were painful. I wanted to run away. Seek your sword. That is what you must do. Takumi gotta learn to summon his sword. She always said the same thing every time we met. Ayase may have been on my side, but I was tired of her repeating the same bullshit over and over again like a broken record, or like Yua. No, she wasn't as bad as Yua in that regard. I want to get it just as much as you want me to. I just don't know how. Give me a hint, please. How did you get your hands on yours? Damn it, that doesn't help at all. It was there before I knew it. And there it was! Was she ever gonna stop dodging the goddamn question? At first, I didn't perceive it. But when when I ever so slightly altered my perspective, it all became clear.
もしかしたら匠にももう見えているのかも。
Perhaps it is already visible to you, Takumi.
見ていないだけで。
You just aren't seeing it. So it has to do with like something like unlocking your powers, like figuring out like what is the key to using them. And she'd lost me. Conversing with Ayase always wore me out. Spare me the Zen koans, please. Oh, come on! There's no freaking glossary for that? What the hell does that mean? I've never heard of that term before in my life. Are you fucking kidding me, game? You're gonna like freaking define what a freaking refrigerator is or something like, but you're not gonna define what a Zen koan is? God damn it. Can someone please tell me? Because I have no idea what that is. I'm really trying to find the sword. I definitely want to get my hands on it too. I'm afraid it'll be I'll look up spoilers if I do, Void. Unable to bear the piercing gazes for even a second longer, I give Ayase a short sign of exasperation, then slip past her and into the classroom. Thank you, Conway. Koan is a paradoxical anecdote or riddle, usually in used in Zen Buddhism, to demonstrate the inadequacy of logical reasoning and to provoke enlightenment. Interesting. Thank you. I have no idea why the game didn't define that. You're like, goddamn. Yeah, what is the sound of one hand clap? Thanks. Thank you, Conway. Yes, and Enzarmagus. God. They define the weirdest things, but then don't define that. My God. After all that, I became even more depressed. Some of the guys, Mizumi-kun included, were staring at me in astonishment. Oh wow, these NPCs are pretty well designed. Like, look at these. Pretty cool designs here. Shit. They'd seen me talking to Ayase. I was in deep shit now. Who knows what they were gonna say to me? I could deal with it if they just made fun of me for a bit, but I was worried that they'd go one step further. I'd pick an actual fight with me, just because I dared to talk to Ayase. I didn't really need a demo of high school gang activity. I dropped my gaze and made my way to my seat, trying to bring the least possible amount of attention to me. I beg you, leave me alone.
Oi, oi, oi! Hey, man, what the hell?
My prayers were left unanswered.
Taku? What the hell did you... You were just talking to Kishimoto just now.
Oh. I had to remain silent. I couldn't allow myself to look up.
It's the first time I've ever seen Kishimoto actually talk to someone. What the hell did you do to her?
I beg of you, don't yell so loud. It's echoing throughout the entire classroom. Please just leave me alone. Because, like, we'll see if he ever mentions Rimi in real life. I don't know if anyone else has interacted with Rimi in real life, or even talked to her aside from that one phone call. I have no intention of messing around with Ayase. Even if I wanted to, I'm not worthy of her anyway. Now that makes sense. Now that makes sense. Yeah, like, that's what I would think too. So please, stop making such a big deal out of this.
なあタク教えろって
I know you can hear me, Taku. Tell me how.
大地
Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Paying very close attention here. Taichin? Right then, Rimi interrupted him.
落ち着けタクが困ってるでしょ
Take it down a notch. Can't you see you're making a scene?
ああ悪い悪い
Huh.
Huh? Oh, shit, I'm sorry. Got a bit carried away.
We'll see if he's responding exactly to her. Huh. Still not confirmed that he's exactly responding to what she said. Misumi-kun lowered his voice and clapped me lightly on the back. With my head still hanging low, I let out a small sigh. Rimi had come to save me yet again.
で実際のところどうやったんだ
So, yeah, like, look at this. I don't think he's really acknowledging her.
Seriously, though, how'd you actually do it?
I didn't know what I'd expected. This was the dude who only thought with the wrong head, after all.
もう
I mean, Takumi,
大
speak
地
for yourself.
とせそうないよね
Oh, give me a break. Do you know what self-control is, Daichin?
そのうち彼女さんに刺されるんじゃない
You know, one of these days your girlfriend's gonna overhear and end up gutting you.
心配すんなって俺こう見えても各種ケアは欠かさねえから
Okay, so he is responding to her. Huh.
Don't worry your pretty little head about that. I may not seem serious about her, but I promise I give her all the TLC she deserves.
何それ
Oh, thank you, Keka. Welcome to stream. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they did. They did have another scene together. What's that?
なあタク教えろよ岸本とはどんな感じなんだ
I don't know. It still feels like they'll find a way to like bullshit it. Like, like it really does feel like Rimi might not be a real person, even though like he's talking with her right now. I don't know. Umineko also did the similar trick. I don't know what's like. Oh God, I really am questioning if she's real because that I don't know. I think that would be a cool plot twist, and it would be a very heartbreaking thing to happen.
So, Taku, let me in on it. Everything's going with Kishimoto.
Asking me once again. Misumi-kun started rubbing my shoulders. While I was reluctant about it, I timidly looked up. No. About half the guys in the classroom were taking quick glances at me and whispering to each other. Shit, they were still watching me. Don't look at me. Chills ran over the nape of my neck. If you were caught in a DQN's line of sight, you were finished. They'd never let you hear the end of it. All that waging was pure unending hell. I know exactly how he feels right there. I know exactly how he feels. About this, yeah. Oh, Takumi. What should I do? Run away? Should I just skip classes and go home? I couldn't do that alone. The mere thought of running into either Shogun or Yua left my legs paralyzed. Should I ask Rimi to go back home with me? She said before she kept her promises. Which meant she'd stand by my side at all times. So if she really had been telling the truth before, surely she'd skip classes with me. Regardless, I need to get out of the classroom as soon as possible. Ooh, someone's coming in. Is someone coming in with a sword to try to kill him? feels like that's something that would happen. Ooh, and they're both really shocked. Suddenly a really loud sound came at the entrance. Everyone immediately turned their gazes toward it, trying to figure out what was going on. It's her. She finally gets into the scene. It was the transfer student. Yeah, we've seen her the least out of everybody. Rubbing her forehead with tears in her eyes, she bowed silently to everyone around her again and again. Why is she so sad? I mean, Zarmegas, it's Takumi, and he cuts class all the time. So it wouldn't seem that unusual. The entire classroom had fallen silent. What the hell?
今の見たか
Did you see that?
I mean, I think everyone would have.
見た。一人で勝手に扉に激突してたね。
Oh, she really just slammed right into the door. Yeah, she crashed right into the door.
やっぱ梢ちゃんは可愛いな
God, Kozue-chan is so cute. She's a major dojiko.
If the clumsy girl archetype actually existed IRL, she certainly fit the bill. Oh no, she's crying.
大丈夫かな。すごい音してたけど。
Is she okay? That was really, really loud. With worry in her voice, Rimi ran up to the transfer student before anyone else could. She just couldn't help herself from getting involved. What a meddler. I mean, I guess she was just that kind.
リミに先越された待て待て梢ちゃんを解放するのは俺だ
Shit, she beat me to it. Hey, wait, I'm supposed to take care of her.
I wonder what's going on with her. Making his intentions clear, aka telling Rimi to back off. Masumi-kun ran over to the transfer student, albeit a bit late. The transfer student running into the door ended up being a blessing in disguise. The guys that had been staring at me up until then now shifted their attention toward her. Good job, transfer student. I'll have to thank her later. But right then, I happened to overhear what a group of girls near my desk were saying. Loud ass.
何あれ。
What's wrong with her?
狙ってやってんじゃん。
She's doing this shit on purpose. What the hell? Jeez. Why are you so threatened by that? My god. No, it hasn't, Void. Hello, Saya, welcome to the stream. Their whispers were faint, but I knew exactly what they said. Dude. Oh, back to Evil Land.
スポットと呼ばれる通常は使用されることのないいくつかの神経チャンネルが存在することをご存知ですか
Gentlemen, I stand before you today to tell you of the boundless potential that exists within man's field of vision. The brain's visual centers house many nerve channels that ordinarily go unused. So I ask you all, are you familiar with dead spots?
それが第二世代と何か関係があるのかね
Does this relate in any way to the second generation?
そういうことになります。
It very much does.
簡単な実験をしてみましょう。
Allow me to show you a simple experiment.
これをご覧ください。
Oh, are they doing like the double slit experiment or something here?
Please take a look.
子供騙しを聞いている暇はないぞ。
I haven't time for your child's play.
重要なことですよ。
I assure you it is quite relevant.
この図には左側にドット、右側にリングがあります。
In this figure, the left side displays a dot, whereas the right side displays a ring.
では左目を手で覆って見えないようにしてください。
Now, please cover your left eye so you cannot see through it.
Done.
そ
Okay.
のまま右目だけで図
Although
の
it's hard to
左
read.
側にあるドットを見つめてください。
Then, using only your right eye, please gaze at the dot on the left side.
いかがですか？ドットを見つめる目の端の方にリングも存在しますか？
What do you see? Despite staring at the dot, are you still able to perceive the ring at the edge of your vision?
いくらドットだけを見つめていても隣にあるリングがついでに見えているのは当然だと思うがな。
No matter how much you stare at the dot, is it only natural for you to still be able to observe the ring adjacent to it? It is only natural.
では先生、ドットだけを見つめたままモニターに顔を近づけていってみてください。隣のリングはどうなりますか？
In that case, I ask you to please continue staring at the dot. But now move your face closer to the monitor. What happens to said ring?
おお、これは。
Oh my, interesting.
興味深いね。
Incredibly interesting indeed.
右側のリングが消えた。そうですね。
The ring on the right vanished, did it not?
これは視界が狭まったからではありません。
Despite what you may surmise, this is not because of your field of vision narrowing down.
その証拠に、さらにモニターに近づくことで、リングはまた視界に現れます。
Evidence against this is as follows. If you move even closer to the monitor, the ring will reappear in your field of vision.
これは一体どんなトリックだ？
What sort of trickery is this?
いいえ、トリックの類ではありません。普段は使用されていないですが、人間が元から持っている目の機能の一つですよ。
This is no trickery. It is one of the multitudes of abilities the human eye has always possessed, yet normally goes unused.
これはデッドスポットと呼ばれ、
This is what we call a dead spot.
ノアによって人間の視界の中に無から有を作り出す際に使用するチャネルなのです。
Noah. Oh yeah, here we go with Noah again.
It is the channel through which NoaH shall produce something from nothing in the eyes of the population.
After class is finished, I found myself standing still at the school entrance. Twilight was beginning to encroach upon the sky, and a few crows were flying across it, flapping their wings without so much as a caw. I was waiting for Rimi. It was her turn to clean the classroom, so she was taking longer than usual. We hadn't promised to go home together today. But I was sure we would. So, waiting for that to happen, I'd been standing there for over 15 minutes. I had no idea the day would go this morning, but I managed to make it through with very little trouble. Asumi-kun was so desperate to talk with a transfer student that he dropped the subject about me and Ayase entirely. Man, the transfer student is just having a plot in the background that we have no idea what it is. Jeez. I owed it all to the transfer student, really. Speak of the devil. There she was, passing right next to me. With a face that looked like she was about to cry, she bowed her head to me. Despite how uncomfortable I felt, I managed to nod back. I watched as she attempted to leave through the school gate, tripping over herself along the way. Oh, god damn it. Seriously, Takumi. Seriously. Once again, I thought about how small she was. She fit the lolly archetype to a T. On top of that, she was a clumsy girl, too. Oh, god damn it, Takumi. Seriously, dude. I didn't know her very well, but her perfect blend of personalities made me want to shout from the rooftops. She was loaded with moe traits. And yet she didn't seem very popular with the other girls. What people valued in others really did differ between 2D and 3D, huh? Taku! Rimi hurried over to me in a half sprint. You really did wait for me. Thanks so much. Did you really want to go home with me that badly? She peered into my face with a broad grin. I quickly turned away. Thanks to the setting sun, she shouldn't have noticed my face turning red. Rather than wanting to head home together, it was more like I was too scared to do it alone. I even felt paranoid just waiting alone at the gate. What if Yua was hiding in the shadows? Rimi should have known that, and yet she was deliberately probing me in a teasing manner. Oh man, you didn't really mean it. I still wanted you to agree with me. In all honesty, Rimi had an unexpectedly distant look in her eyes. They shone faintly with the afterglow of the sunset. What is going on? Please talk to me. Can you ask her more about, what your relationship has been? I'm really happy I can support you, Taku. Really. Thanks. I thanked her out of reflex. I truly was thankful, though. Rimi had become completely irreplaceable to me. Until I found a D-sword, she was all I had to rely on. You're welcome. With a joyous smile, Rimi guided me away. Anyway, let's head home. Alright, let's see. Seimei Academy was in the high-end residential area of Shoto. Every house was huge, and the whole area would just ooze with an air of success and affluency. Despite this being Shibuya. And still daytime at that. There were hardly any people around. It gave this area this forlorn, lonesome air. Hey, Taku? Again, pink hair. Pink hair. Oh boy. Then there's this possibility. Is she a yandere? You're surprisingly popular. Huh. What? I nearly died just then. What the hell was she talking about?
自覚ない？
Did you not realize that? Oh, with a chuckle, Rimi shot her index finger towards the tip of my nose. Don't point at people. It's rude, goddammit.
だってこの前はメガネかけた3年生の綺麗な人と一緒だったし。
She really keeps track of all this. I mean, you were with that pretty third-year girl just the other day. The one with the glasses.
あれは
Well.
昨日聞いた。タクに意地悪する人だよね。
I know. You already told me yesterday. It's not anything nice. She's just been picking on you. If you knew that, then why are you...
で、今日はあのフェスと話してた。
Oh, so she does know that that's Fess. God damn it, Takumi, you could have surprised her with that. But it's not just her. Today you were talking with the Fess herself.
あと折原さん。転校してきた朝に真っ先にタクに声をかけてたよね。
You are keeping an awfully meticulous track of this. And I notice you're only including the girls. I am more and more concerned that you're going to be a yandere. Next up was Orihara-san. On the very morning she transferred, the first thing she did was talk to you.
さらに今こうして私と一緒に帰ってる。
And after that, after all that, you now find yourself heading home with me.
ほら、モテモテだ。
See, you really are a popular guy. Actually, I had been thinking about that recently. What was I, a protagonist? Void, I am way too old for that. Has my life as a normie begun? Are my popular times finally here? Stuff like that. Something that would have been absolutely unthinkable for me a month ago. Back then, I never had the chance to even talk to 3D girls, excluding Nanami. I always boasted about not being into 3D girls. That would just make myself look cool and indifferent. So Rimi was definitely onto something. Why had my encounters with girls increased with its frequency lately? It all kicked off after that chat with Shogun. Hello, Rockstar Rose. Welcome to the stream. A scary thought suddenly crossed my mind. What if I was the protagonist of a visual novel? What if every single event in this past month had all been a delusion? What if I'd just been having a really, really long dream? Considering how insane everything was, I didn't think I'd be all that surprised if everything went right back to normal tomorrow. Or maybe the person controlling me had swapped out with someone else. Maybe the previous one was happy just watching me go through the motions, but the new one preferred to interact with other characters or something like that. I mean, that could very well be true. That could very well be true. But then again, Takumi, I am not making, I am barely making any decisions for you. I'm just basically, determining what type of delusions you use. Like, where you go and what you do and say is entirely up to you, dude. Either way, the past month didn't feel entirely real to me. Way too many things have been happening.
っていうか、私今日初めて知ったんだけど、フェスって同じ学校だったんだね。
Okay, here we go. So she didn't know this before. Oh, right. I just found out about it today. I can't believe Fess is in the same school as us.
しかも同学年の隣のクラス。
And she's in the same year as us, too. The class next door, even. Rimi's voice was overflowing with excitement. I guess Rimi was quite the trend chaser. Well, also, Fess is really cool.
昨日タクから CD 借りたばっかりだからすごくびっくりしちゃった。
I only just brought that CD from you yesterday, so it's even crazier.
それにすごく可愛い子だし。
Not to mention she's really cute too. Oh, there we go. My girl. My girl. Woo! There we go. Everyone is attracted to Fess. Everyone without exception. No gender is safe. Rimi circled around in front of me. While she was still facing me, she began to walk backward. Her voice got all quiet. And then she asked me a question timidly. Hello, Nate. Welcome to the stream.
何話してたの？
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. My God. Wow. This is a kind of terrifying image right here, I gotta say. Paired with this text and the way she said that. Wow. Is she... My God. Could she be a delusion or a yandere or both? What if it's like his mind is trying to fucking make her to like keep the status quo or something? And like she's good and like gonna go around like freaking killing people, like attacking other people. Oh my God. So, what were you two talking about?
今朝、フェス、岸本さんと。
I mean, this morning. You and Fess, or Kishimoto-san.
聞かせてほしいな。
Ooh. Ooh. I really, really want to know.
私には聞く権利なんてないかもって思うけど。でも。
Exactly, like what if she's like the Whispers from Final Fantasy VII Remake, like that? Yeah, like something like that. I know it's not really my place to ask, but
岸本さんと話してた時のタク、すごく思い詰めた様子だったから、なんだか心配で。
when you were talking with Kishimoto-san, you seem really troubled about something. Ever since then, I've been kind of worried about you. Well, that could be her just noticing, about him. And I hope he gives her a real answer instead of just furthering any kind of misunderstanding. She had seen completely through me. I guess it wouldn't be a bad idea to tell her everything. Please! No, it would be a very good idea! Please tell her everything. It wasn't like I had other people to talk to about it. Plus, agonizing over it on my own had gotten pretty exhausting. I'd appreciate another perspective. Not from someone who's spoken nothing but vague, ambiguous bullshit like Ayase and Senna, but from someone that would give actual concrete answers to my concerns. Well, you know what, Takumi, I agree with that, but at the same time, you also have to ask people questions. What about your whole thing of missing memories of Rimi? You really got to talk about that and ask her to try to fill in the blanks in your mind. How come you haven't done that, dude? But when we talked yesterday, she hadn't believed me at all.
話してたのは
We were talking about
剣のこと。
the sword thing.
剣って昨日タクが言ってたやつ？
The sword thing? You mean what we talked about yesterday? I nodded.
綾瀬は持ってるんだ。
Ayase has one.
何を？
Has one what? Oh. Oh god, I'm so worried. I really hope she doesn't fucking die or something. Oh god.
本物を。
A real one. I wasn't completely sure, but I thought I heard Rimi taking in a large breath. Rimi clearly knows something about the swords. Like, I am... God damn it. I'm really... She staggered with her eyes open wide, and then, after taking a few steps back...
嘘だ。
There's no way. You're kind of sus, Rimi. Rimi, you're getting more and more sus. Oh boy. Yeah, she's playing a longer game than you are. Clearly. She shouted with a clearly skeptical voice. Yeah, no, she is. Oh my god. Oh, this is. Wow. Takumi is never gonna trust another person in his life after this. Oh god. Yeah, I am so sure she has one. Well, we know that she does because we saw it in the freaking prologue in the beginning that she did. But, oh my god, Takumi is never going to trust another person in his entire life after this. That is so fucking sad. Oh man. Everyone who talks to him seems to want to use him. Or is like, has an ulterior motive. Oh my god. She shouted with a clearly skeptical voice.
だってあれおもちゃでしょ？
That's true, Nate. You should not trust not even me. I mean, that was a toy, right?
だから僕のはおもちゃだけど、彼女のは本物で。
No, Takumi, no! Oh god, I hope she doesn't end up murdered like the next day or something. Oh god. Yeah, mine was a toy. But hers is the real deal.
ライブ行けば見られ。
If you go to her concerts, you'll see. Oh boy, are you gonna go to the concert together? I thought it would be on happier terms. Oh, you don't want to ask her out on a date, I see. I quickly realized what I was saying and cut myself off. Would she even be able to see it? Oh, I'm sure she would. I mean, Ayase had mentioned that only people with powers could see D-swords.
ライブに行けばその本物の剣を見られるの？
Okay, so what you're telling me is I'll be able to see a real one if I go to a concert.
じゃあ今度行ってみようかな。ファンタズムのライブそのものも見たいし。
Well, I would like to check out one of Phantasm's concerts sometime, so I could just look for it then.
あ、タク一緒に行く？
Oh, hey! We could go together to one if you want. Takumi, you know, I would have said before, you should have been the one to ask her this, man.
見られないかも。限られた人にしか見えないらしいんだ。
You might not be able to see it. Only a certain subset of people can.
そうなんだ。
Oh, really?
裸の王様みたいな。
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah. Yeah. Like in the Emperor's New Clothes.
じゃあ私バカだから見えないかもなんてね。
Oh, come. This is. You are being fake as hell. You are being fake. Fake. No way. No way. Oh my god. Wow. Takumi is never gonna trust anyone in his entire fucking life again. Oh my god. Well, considering I'm kind of dumb, I probably wouldn't be able to see it. As if. Actually, that was a good point. Come to think of it, I didn't know anything about what exactly a real D-sword was, nor how it worked. I've just been accepting everything Ayase said without question. Why?
そんな件本当にあるのかな。やっぱり私信じられないよ。
Does a sword like that really exist? I find it pretty hard to believe.
タクが見たっていう岸本さんの件も本物っぽく見えるおもちゃじゃないの？
I wonder if she works for Nozomi or something even. I don't know. Are you sure the sword Kishimoto-san has isn't just some super realistic toy?
でも光ったし。
But it was glowing!
おもちゃでも光るやつはいくらでもあるよ。
There's all kinds of toys that glow, though. Well, she wasn't wrong. If you wanted something to glow, you could easily slap some lights onto it. But when I thought of the overwhelming sense of presence Senna and Ayase's swords had, their existence became harder to deny. I don't know why Takumi isn't, like, bouncing off the walls the fact that anime is real. Like, seriously. Not only is anime real, but he is, like, one of the subset of people that actually has powers. Like, I think he, in this case, would be over the fucking moon. For that, at least. Like, he should probably be, like, seeking out training or some shit. I thought of the overwhelming sense of presence Senna and Ayase swords had. Their existence became harder to deny. They had an aura about them that no mere toy should have been capable of. And most of all, Ayase had taken that sword out of thin air. I'd seen it with my own eyes. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, they're just basically just straight up magic. It wasn't anything simple, like hypnosis or super speed. On top of that, I felt as if I'd only gotten to experience the tip of the iceberg. Oh god, I bet, like, oh boy, she's gonna probably confront her. Oh no, poor Fess. Oh god. Damn it. Wow, Rimi. Oh my god. Oh boy.
僕には妄想を現実に投影する力があるかも。
I might have the power to project delusions into reality. I had no definitive proof, but I tried throwing my thoughts at Rimi regardless.
だから将軍に、狙われてる気がする。
So that could be why Shogun is targeting me. That was the only possible reason he'd be targeting me. There was nobody more harmless than I was. Otakus were fundamentally harmless beings. We did shut ourselves away in our little own worlds, after all. If we had time to bother denizens of the third dimension, we'd rather spend that in our heads, flirting with adorable NoaH characters.
昨日調べてた特許のこと？
I wonder if that's like foreshadowing. I wonder if that's like foreshadowing. Like what if that's what he's doing right now? about that patent you were looking into yesterday?
タクはあんな装置持ってるの？
Do you have any equipment like that, Taku? Oh, God. I think that... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. God, I have so many fucking theories about her. Does she actually work for Nozomi or some shit? Like, or, like, is she a delusion of Takumi's? I shook my head.
そうじゃなくて、
Nothing like that.
装置とかなくても力使えるかも。
I don't have equipment, but I have the power to do it, maybe.
タクからかってるんでしょ？
Taku, you're just messing with me, right?
わかった。何かの漫画かアニメが元ネタ？
Oh, I get it now. This is all from some manga or anime or something. Yes, Void Dweller, she's been to the Cloud District quite often. Just as I'd feared, she didn't believe me. Oh, I bet she does. But I knew I'd experienced what I was talking about before, with that accident back in elementary school. I tried desperately to explain that to Rimi. That I might have been a murderer. I knew Rimi might abandon me if I confessed that to her. But I couldn't hide it anymore. I wanted to tell someone. If I did, I could clear the uncertainty in my mind, even if just a little bit. Rimi listened to my shaky explanation with a troubled look on her face, remaining silent the entire time. And after I finished talking...
考えすぎだよ。
Oh, come on. You're overthinking it. She nonchalantly laughed the whole thing off. Yeah. You know who she's acting like, right? Her behavior is reminding me a lot of the delusion of the other pink-haired anime girl. That she looks very much alike.
そう考えてることだってタクの妄想なんだよ。わかってる？
I'm gonna be honest, Taku. This whole thing sounds pretty delusional. You know that, right? Was I really overthinking it? That was a nice thought. But even with that theory, the uncertainty in the depths of my mind hadn't cleared at all. Oh, where is he? Oh no, this is probably cutting to other characters. Are we going back to the police? Spell of dust wafted through an office. An office situated on the second floor of a somewhat old building. Sunlight streamed in through the window covering the back wall, turning the fluttering dust into that of a thin, powdery snow. I wonder if, you know what would be crazy? If Rimi was Shogun somehow. The words plastered onto the window, Frisia Credit Bureau, cast a shadow onto a nearby desk. 20 desks were lined up across the floor, not even a hint of a gap between them. Each one was drowning in an endless sea of documents, papers, and files, piles stacked so high they looked to be on the verge of collapsing. Is Akiyama here? From an outsider's perspective, it looked far more like a publishing company than a credit bureau. Most of the desks lacked denizens. There were only about 5 to 6 people at best. As for why that was, the obvious conclusion would be that it was a Saturday, but this was by no means the answer. This was made evident by the whiteboard stuck to the wall near the entrance, its schedule densely packed with tasks and projects. nearing the end of his lunch break. Oh, Bon! Yep, it's the police. Bon Yasaji opened the door to the private investigation company. He entered without so much as a knock, yet none of the workers seemed to bat an eye. Continuing to act as if he belonged there, Bon gave a quick,
How's it going?
and then headed toward the desk at the back of the room. In it sat a robust-looking woman, hunched over her laptop.
Oh, Momo-chan, genki?
Hey there, Momo-chan. Working hard or hardly working?
In response, the woman continued staring at her monitor, wearing a weird expression. Her name was Momose Katsuko. She was the president of Frisia.
バンちゃんまた来たの
Oh wow, she has quite of a deep voice. And look who's back.
また来ました。やっと。入場年についての新ネタ、ない。
Yep, I'm still kicking. Any new tidbits on Newton?
たく私は忙しいのよ抱えてる案件が5万ってあるの
My word. I'm a busy woman here, Bon-chan. To say I have a lot on my plate would be an understatement.
うちみたいな零細企業は土日返上で仕事しなくちゃいけないのわかる
Small businesses like mine have to make sacrifices, and that includes our Saturdays. Don't make me crabbier than I already am. Momose finally raised her head. She placed a hand on her forehead, and upon seeing Bon's grinning face, lightly shook her head.
ここは警察の秘密組織でも子会社でもないって何度も言ってるでしょうに
She must have smoked a lot. How many times have I told you this isn't some secret police organization, or a subsidy thereof?
ただで情報もらえるなんて虫のいいこと考えてるんだろうけどここに来てる暇があるなら自分の足で何とかなさいな公務員さん
I'm sure you think you can just storm in here and mine us for all the information we've got. But I'm not running a charity here. If you have the free time to spend coming here, spend it on your own investigations, Mr. Civil Servant.
または依頼料を払うこと予約表はみおちゃんにもらってちょうだい
Alternatively, you could actually pay the retaining fee. If you'd rather do that, please take an appointment sheet from me, Uchan, at your earliest convenience.
相変わらず冷てえ社長だな、おい。
Ouch, the big cheese has got bite. Come on, we're friends here.
In spite of Momose's sharp remarks, Bon didn't show a hint of concern. He simply fanned himself with his distinctive handheld fan, remaining aloof as could be.
この会社立ち上げるときにはあんなに協力してやったのによ。
Think I'd be treated like this, even after I helped get this place off the ground. When it opened up, you're breaking my heart.
あらワンちゃんも恩着せがましい人だわね何年同じこと言い続ければ気が済むわけ
For goodness' sake, Bon-chan, how many more years are you gonna keep holding that over my head? I swear, someone gives you an inch and you take a mile.
まあ言っててくれ。
You got me there.
じゃあ依頼料はこいつでどうかな。
Yeah, that'd be cool to see a team up between him and Oishi.
Fine, I yield. How's this for a retaining fee?
Bon showily pulled out a plastic bag with the name of a nearby Japanese-style confectionery store on it.
なんだあるなら最初から出してよいつも悪いわね
Oh, you. Why didn't you just open with that, you silly goose? Appreciate it as always.
みおちゃんお茶2つ持ってきて
Yeah, I think that's better for her. Mio-chan, would you be a dear and make us some tea? Yeah, that's probably better. Her attitude having undergone a swift, stark change, Momose quickly examined the contents of the bag Bon had been handed to her.
あら栗羊羹今が旬なのよねわかってるじゃない
Oh my, chestnut yokan! I suppose they're in season now, aren't they? And I didn't even have to ask.
あ、ばんちゃん、そんなところに突っ立ってないで座って。
So yeah, older, raspy Jessica. I think, yeah, that's a better voice for her. Banchan, what are you still standing around for? Come, sit down already.
Why, thank you.
Bond gave a wry smile, then took a chair from the closest desk and seated himself beside Momose. The clerical lady Momose had called for before brought over 2 steaming cups of tea.
で、なんか新ネタあるかい？
So, got any new tidbits on New Gen?
ちょっと待ちなさいって。
Hold your horses now. Oh my god, that's something I say all the time. Momose carefully unwrapped the chestnut yokon, folded up the wrapper, and set it beside her PC. She then hurriedly devoured the first of the sweet treats. Japanese-style treats were her greatest weakness. They were a necessary offering for Bond to bring every time he came for the information.
おいしいわ、これ。
She's so scrumptious.
人に言えた義理じゃないけどよ。ちったダイエットしたらどうだい？
Oh, come on, Bond. She's not that fat.
I might not be one to talk here, but have you thought about slimming down recently? A whole bunch of diets out there.
Jeez, Bond, you can say the same to you, man. She's not that fat.
でないといつまで経っても結婚できないぜ。
Otherwise, you might never find yourself a husband before you shrivel up completely.
Jeez, dude. Harsh. My god.
本当に人に言えた義理じゃないわね。
You're right. You're not one to talk. Like, seriously, man. You ain't like the picture of, like, handsomeness yourself.
私はもうとっくに今期は逃したわよ。
Besides, I'm long past the age when I'd still be on the market. With a shrug of her shoulders, Momose took a sip from her tea. Then she turned to face Bond. Yeah, exactly, Void Dweller.
また新しいニュージェネ事件起きたわね。こんなところでサボってていいの？
You realize another New Gen case happened, right? Should you be really skipping out of work right now?
そっちの調査は俺以外の全員が真剣に取り組んでるさ。
All the others are already breaking their backs investigating it.
俺は別のアプローチから真実に迫ってやる。ってね。
Thought I might try to get at the truth from a different angle.
ここつけちゃって似合わないわよ。
Oh, please. I'd suggest you stop trying to act so suave. It really doesn't suit you. Knowing himself to be quite sensitive to hot drinks, Bond showed no hint of reaching for his cup. He simply continued to fan his face, in spite of the already chilly air. It was something of a habit of his.
警察は G レートの線追ってるの？
Are the police looking into the GE rate?
そうそう。G レートね。ありゃすごいな。ももちゃんの話の通りだったぜ。
Oh, right, the GE rate. Yeah, no, that one really threw me for a loop. It was exactly like you said, Momo-chan.
Really?
私が嘘の情報を渡すわけないでしょうに。これでおまんま食べてるんだから。
Of course it was. I'd never dream of handing over false info. Information is how I get food on my table, after all.
それで？
So, are they looking into it?
まあ、勝手に調べてるよ。
Well, I certainly am. I'm taking the initiative to do it myself.
勝手に。
The...
ちょっとばあちゃん。
Bachan, you wouldn't dare! Momose's voice carried well. Her personality was intrinsically energetic, lending her voice to quite a bit of volume. The workers of Frisia were used to this, not even batting an eye at her angry voice reverberated throughout the office. The boss's yelling was an everyday occurrence after all. Bon and Momose were old friends. I see, that's why he was being so casual with her. So he was all too familiar with being on the receiving end of it. Thus, much to her chagrin, Momose's wrath was only met with him lazily picking at his ear. Before she said anything else, Momose quickly lowered her voice, for this was a topic she did not want met with prying ears. But her face was red with anger, as if she had not been cheerfully stuffing herself with sweets just moments before. She pointed her finger at Bond with tremendous intensity.
個人で追うのは危険だって言ったじゃない。
Didn't I make it absolutely clear that following that lead on your own would be dangerous?
政治に宗教に企業、どれだけ根深く関与してると思ってるの？
Really? Politics, religion, and business. Do you have any idea how deeply rooted it is in all three?
この間テレビで G レードの講義をやった太田教授がどうなったか、あんたもよく知ってるでしょ。
You should know all too well what happened to Professor Rhoda after he gave that G-Rit lecture on TV. Oh! This is the first we've really heard about the victim. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, there's something we actually know about him.
Yeah, he was killed in the crucifixion. Isn't the first time you told me.
何度でも言ってやるわ。言ってやりますとも。
And it won't be the last either. I'll keep on saying until you get it through that thick skull of yours.
あんたはいつも私の忠告を無視するんだから。
You always ignore my warnings.
それでいつも尻拭いさせられるのは私なんてたまったもんじゃないわ。
And I'm always the one to clean up your mess. I'm fed up with it.
Simmer down now. That tea's getting cold. Why not have a sip and cool off along with it?
Ignoring both Bon and their tea, Momose tossed a second chestnut yokon into her mouth in a huff. Well, this is like Steins Gate world where, yeah, a lot of conspiracies are going on. Like with the Council of 300 and everything. Science Venture world, sorry.
This really isn't something to get all worked up about. Besides, Sue has helped me out, to an extent. As things are, convincing the head honchos up top about something as outlandish as GE rates ain't easy.
スワちゃんは確かに有能だし、しっかりしているけど、無理させたら承知しないわよ。
I acknowledge that Suwa-chan is both capable and reliable. But so help me if you overwork that poor boy!
Since when were you looking out for him? Doesn't know whether it's what it's like to be a mother hen?
バンちゃんの無謀な行動に未来ある若者が巻き込まれるのかわいそうでしょうに。
No, I just can't have you getting him all wrapped up in your mad schemes, Bon-chan. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I won't let you squander that.
Alright, fair enough.
With a shrug of resignation, Bon took a tasting sip of his tea, only to immediately grimace. It was still too hot.
Be honest with me, though. Is it really possible for biorhythms to make people go insane? To drive them to murder?
前に説明したでしょうに。
I've already explained this to all of you. All to you.
Actually, I can't claim to fully understand it myself. And besides, the player wasn't here to see it last time.
それってももちゃんお得意の電磁波と関係してるのか？
Does that have something to do with your specialty, EM waves?
Momo let us silent in contrast to Bond, composedly sipped at her tea.
満月の夜の事件簿はよく知ってるでしょ？
You're familiar with how nights with a full moon often have more cases occur on them, yes?
まあな。
Somewhat.
A vast influx of incidents and accidents would always occur on the night of a full moon. There was no urban legend either. One need only glance at the Tokyo Metropolitan Police's statistical records.
その満月以上の力でバイオリズムカーブが上昇したらどうなると思う？
And what do you think would happen if the biorhythm curve increased by a power greater than the full moon?
興奮するってことだろう。
More stimulation, yeah?
それだけ？
That's all.
渋谷は特殊な街なのよ。言ったでしょ？
Shibuya is a special city. I mentioned that, yeah?
G レートが高ければバイオリズムカーブが上昇する。
When the G rate gets high, the biorhythm curve increases.
しかもその上昇値は満月の夜に影響する数値のおよそ6800倍。
Dang! What's more, the increase far exceeds the effects of a full moon night. To be precise, it's approximately 6,800 times more intense.
想像しにくい数字だな。
That number ain't all that easy to visualize.
比べ物にならないくらいすごいって考えとけばいいわ。
It's in a completely different ballpark. Think of it like this.
しかし、なんで今なんだ？
So, why is it happening now?
Because of Nozumi!
殺された
Evil
大田教授が言っていたのは G レートが半年前から急に増加しているせいってことね。
I imagine it's because of what Professor Rhoda had said before he was killed. The G rate has been rapidly increasing over the past half year.
地層の構造に大きな変化が起きない限りそんなことはありえないそうだけど。
Though that should be impossible. As long as there aren't any massive changes in the ice strata, that is.
変化ね。
Changes, huh? Like what?
そう駅前のスクランブル交差点で火山が噴火するほどのエネルギーが必要なの。
Ooh, dang. You'd need enough energy for a volcano to erupt and scramble crossing.
火山？そんなに大きな力なのか？
A volcano? That's strong.
それくらい今の G レートはありえない状況なのよ。
At least, that's the only way to explain how the G rate got like it is now. Dang. Nozomi's pulling work to freaking do all their mind control shit. Jeez.
それを世間に訴えようとした教授はニュージェネで殺された。
And that professor that tried to bring this to the world's attention was killed as a part of New Gen.
事件の前日に教授が出演する予定だったテレビ番組が急遽放送中止になった話知ってる？
Did you hear about how on the day prior to the incident, the TV show that Professor was supposed to appear on was suddenly canceled?
確か。
That's so.
知り合いに NHK に勤めている人がいて聞かされたの。
An acquaintance of mine overheard a conversation between a few workers at MHK.
国営放送の番組に圧力かけられる立場なんてそうないぜ。
There ain't many folks out there that can twist the arm of a show broadcasted by the state. Surely that narrows it down.
私も詳細についてはわからないわ。知ってたらとっくに告発してるだろうし。
I don't know. I'm not familiar with the details. If I was, I would have gone after whoever was behind it a long time ago. Dang, she's badass. Bond leaned forward, intrigued.
お れでも大体予想はつくさ。この際、はっきり言っちゃってよ。
I've got a pretty good idea where this is going. Given the circumstances, I ought to hear it.
本気で聞きたい。
Are you sure about that?
社会の暗部に踏み込むことになるわよ。いいの？
You'll be stepping into the dark side of society, Banchan. Are you absolutely sure you want to know?
バンちゃん、クビになるかもしれない。
You might even get fired.
俺はニュージェネ事件の犯人さえ捕まえられりゃそれでいいんだけどね。
As long as I can catch the culprit behind these new gen cases, I don't really care where I end up.
Dang.
まあ、どうするかは答えを聞いてから考える。
I guess he doesn't really have a family, I guess.
Well, I'll think about what to do after I hear you out.
Sipping her tea, Momose tapped away at her laptop keyboard with her free hand. Displayed on the screen was a single document. It contained a list of information Momose had personally looked into.
名和と
The Meiwa Party.
もうちゃん、勘弁してくれ。俺はてっきり野党の名前が出てくると思ってたんだがな。よりによって。
Momo-chan, you gotta be kidding me here. Sure, the opposition party's name would come up at some point, but here?
Bon groaned in utter exasperation. Yet, despite a smile, his eyes showed not even a hint of one. All they housed now was the cold, discerning gaze of a detective.
下手したらこの国が揺らぐぜ。
We mess this up, the whole country's gonna be shaken to its core.
Ooh, scene change? Since it was the weekend. Oh, back to Takumi. Let me just look that up in the glossary. One of the two major parties in Japan, fictional, yeah. 4 years ago, the Meiwa Party was an opposition party that changed following made a breakthrough in the general election that year. Catchphrase was a brighter peace for the people. Two kanjis. Oh, this is like Persona 5 all over again. And the two kanjis in his name, Mei and Wa, mean bright and peace respectively. This is Persona 5 all over again. Or rather, beforehand. Since it was the weekend, I'd been unable to get Rimi to come over. So I was forced to spend 2 very anxious days all by myself. I had Rimi pick up some groceries on Friday. That is so nice of her. So I could survive the weekend without leaving my base. But I come very close to sending her a text asking her to come over multiple times. But in the end, I hadn't sent anything. The only thing that gave me a break from my anxiety was the half hour I spent watching the latest episode of Bloodtoon. Oh, well, Takumi, this is just before the anime boom of the 2010s, where, like, the amount of anime that was being made per season would skyrocket exponentially. Then you'd never run out of shit to do. Even in extreme circumstances like this one, I still had to make sure to stay up to date on Bloodtoon. And the main character that looked exactly like Rimi, that I don't even notice that. Oh, here we go. Is he going to notice that they look a lot alike? Let's see. Rimi was my sole source of comfort in the third dimension, but when it came to the second one, Bloodtoon was the one that fulfilled that role. Well, to be more specific, Seiratan was. After I'd finally overcome that weekend, Monday came. Okay, nothing happening on the weekend. I took a peek at Farpar's Phantasm section, only to find it in a state of complete disarray. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Fucking Rimi! Oh god! Wasting no time, I immediately followed a link taking me to our channel. It was a total shit show. Oh no! Oh no! Oh god! Cool story. Fast and Phantasm's real name was Kishimoto. Okay. So, okay, I thought she was attacked or killed when she was younger. Oh god, Rimi, you... Did you do this? When she was younger, she was hospitalized for mental illness reasons. The name of the hospital was AHM. Well, that's just probably similar to what happened to Takumi with his powers. Like, they were probably all experimented on together or something. Phantasm is over. Wait, why would they be over for that? Cool story, bro. Total BS. Deets, please. Whose eyes are those eyes, lol? Who the fuck is Fest? You're serious? Lol, AHM is only meant for patients with severe mental disorders, FYI. For fuck's sake, more haters? What a poor attempt at bait. Now they're even thread like this, at least I'm gonna source. Fail. Such bullshit. Fest has never been that dumb stuff. I do usually sleep at night since obvious slander. Never even heard of HM. Stop making shit up. The one watching you was I, Fest. Strike the stake! Strike the stake! So you're into the dumbass spouting BS. Next new gen victim is gonna be one of you bastards. Claims legit. That's was hospitalized for a very long time for mental health reasons. Hospital publishes a free newspaper from which says their drawings, essays, poems, and other works done by patients are shown. Song lyrics can be found there. You can find all this hospital's website, dipshits. Full name's Kishimoto ISA, AHM, Art Heart Medical. Is that seriously all it takes for you guys to abandon her? Well, that's fine by me. Just means I got a few rivals now. Fest will be mine. See you at the wedding. Finally, it's actually true. What the fuck, lol. Hell yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare flame war. You're gonna define flame war? There's even pictures. I'm gonna piss myself laughing. Notice the Phantasm's termination. Is Phantasm gonna disband because of this? I used to like Fest quite a bit sexually. Why would they? This will speak someone's guidance too. The verses there aren't used in Phantasm songs, are they? The one watching you was I, Kishimoto ISA. Yeah, I know. This is, yeah. Rimi, did you do this? Don't quit, Fest. I'm seriously gonna cry. I think I sort of understand it. This is a fine line between genius and insanity, after all. Band breakup flag for the win. Tonight, Black Mass cometh. Lolly. Oh god, fuck you. You're really gonna... I don't think I want to read that glossary entry. That, I guess, more the fitting end for them than going mainstream. Any Fest on their official website. Doesn't matter how much noise you virgins make on here. Fest doesn't look at the past, only the future. Can't wait for our next prophecy predicting all your deaths. Forever putting on my roller skates. This is really capturing the feel of the time period quite well. Again, like this is the, it probably wasn't intended as such, but this is like oddly working out really well as a period piece of the time, like just a vertical slice of the mid-2000s. Of mid-2000s internet. Like, more so than Steins Gate was. Steins Gate didn't really concentrate on stuff like this, but really, it's just it's like a time capsule of mid-2000s internet culture. Okay, what's the problem though? Reeks of some weird advertising seen by Phantasm. Guess we keep your dead band alive much? It's always obvious that Fest is schizo. Why is everyone really surprised at all? So Fest is always mentally ill, but that's what's good about her. Calm down, everyone's all just magnificent bait from Fest Town. Her spirit collapsed because the world is full of ill will. That's power woke the punk part of her soul. Those keen, aggressive lyrics are the cry of her sublimated soul. We, on the contrary, should celebrate the fact spared by 12 as a holy grace. It seems a lot of people don't even care. The website's down. Are you trying to bail? followed the URL 12 had sent. Apparently, Arc Mental was an old-school psychiatric facility that only treated severe cases of mental illness. At least that was where the website said. What the website said. The website had pictures of the place, and frankly, it looked like a straight-up penitentiary. There are iron bars on every single window. I wasn't even sure if it was still open or not. This honestly feels like, I don't know if it's Rimi. It feels like you're meant to think it's Rimi. Like, it feels like the story is trying to make you think it's Rimi that did this. So, now I'm skeptical that if it is Rimi that did this. Like, you get what I'm saying, right? Like, it feels too soon, almost. Like, it feels almost like the story is trying to bait us into thinking that Rimi did this. It's very possible, but I'm more disinclined to believe it now than inclined to. But just a little bit. I wasn't even sure if it was still open or not. You know, that is an old school website, all right, there. Homepage hasn't been updated for 4 years or so. But just as the poster on that channel had said, beneath a certain poem was the name and photo of a young Ayase. I can't believe they would do that, first of all, like, seriously. I can't believe that they would, like, keep people's names there. What the fuck? Ayase was mentally ill. Seriously. That they can keep people's photos and names like that on their fucking website? My god. Wow. That's kind of cruel. Jeez. Especially, like, from people that had left and been cured. Like, do they ever want them to have, like, a life? Anyway, fuck that. I support her now more than ever. She overcame this. Whatever reason she was in there. I think that just makes her even more badass for being able to overcome whatever put her in there. So fuck y'all, all y'all haters. It wasn't that it was shocking to me or anything like that. After all, I'd regularly gone to a mental hospital too, back when I was in elementary school. Yeah, exactly. So really, I felt sympathy for her. Ayase and I were the same. Yeah, that definitely doesn't seem legal, right? It's not just me. She had that bewitching aura to her, and every person my age in Shibuya thought she was so charismatic. Despite how different that made us, in this one way we were the same. Ah! See, I just think she is super ultra cool. The fact that we had that in common reinforced my hypothesis that I had the same power she did. The power to project delusions onto reality. Like, I'd understand keeping the poem and shit, but like, putting her picture and name up there, like, what the fuck? That's insane. That is fucking insane. Takumi is becoming a better person slowly but surely, I've noticed. A nicer person. It wouldn't be wrong to say that it gave me some courage, maybe even strength. I gotta say, I really love Ayase. I think she is so fucking cool. Like, I want her to have a bigger part, honestly. She's my favorite, absolutely. Though, there was one problem. Up until now, I had taken everything Ayase had said at face value, but that might have been a mistake. Things about how to acquire a D sword. Things about how getting my hands on one could save me. Like, I want to see more of her. I want her to have more screen time. It wasn't the phenomenon she showed me that was making me doubt her, but the words she'd said. I wasn't sure whether or not to believe her. Maybe. The sudden ringing of my phone startled me. I always count on them to take you by surprise, and I nearly pissed myself. That was why I hated these things. The loud ringing refused to stop, so I clicked my tongue and grabbed it. It's probably Nanami calling me. She was probably just calling to be a bitch about whatever random bullshit was bothering her. Kill me now. Why do you hate Nanami so much? Seriously, are we gonna ever find out why he hates her so much? Annoyed as could be, I pressed the accept call button and held the phone to my ear without checking who was calling. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what if it's Shogun? I had no idea why I did that. After everything I'd been through, why the hell did I not check the caller's number? Oh, shit, fuck. Mind control signal. Uh-oh. What came from the other side of the line was a certain melody playing loudly. Uh-oh. You may pass. I frantically checked the number on the display. Shit. I knew I should have checked. It was them, but how? I said it wasn't in use, said it wasn't in use anymore. When it had, Nanami called the number to check that one notice played. Well, that is a pretty cool background to the phone right there. Maybe the prankster had reactivated it. Oh, what do I do? Panicking, I turned toward the center of my room. Surely Rimi would be there ready to give me some advice. But she obviously wasn't. Of course she wasn't. Rimi was at school right now, in the middle of class. I told her in advance I wouldn't go to school today, so she hadn't come to pick me up. As I freaked out trying to figure out what the hell to do, You May Pass kept playing from my phone. Whole minute already passed. I would shut it off, man. Jeez. Yup, it's like some subliminal messaging shit. From the small amount I listened to earlier, I bet it probably doesn't affect him because he has powers, but it would probably affect other people. The small amount I listened to earlier, I could tell there were other sounds mixed in with the song. The few things I could make out were the sounds of car engines and people walking. Whoever was calling me, they had to be outdoors. But who the hell was calling me? I can only think of one person that would pull a prank like that. Shogun. Yep. Now really freaking out. I looked at Seiraton, who was standing next to my PC screen. What should I do, Sarah? Oh, God. Sarah smiled at me just as she always did. Well, why don't you turn it off? Just ignore it, you silly Billy. Oh, you're right. I could do that. That's what I'm thinking, Saya. Like, Nozomi's gonna try to control the whole city using that song. I should have done that from the beginning. Duh. I put my thumb on the button to end the call. But for some reason... Uh-oh, spaghetti ears. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, that's the mind control. Before hanging up, I felt the undeniable urge to listen to You May Pass just one more time. Just for a little bit longer. It felt strange, even to me. Yeah, it probably affects him a little bit. It creeped me out. There's no reason I should have hesitated remotely, and yet... I... almost subconsciously... gripped my phone and brought it to my ear. Oh no, he's been mind controlled. Oh boy. Oh no. He came surging out of the phone. A fierce pain. A violent, piercing, nearly ultrasonic noise. The sound shot through my entire body. It was as if lightning had struck my head. My entire body was paralyzed. I screamed as loud as I could, yet I couldn't hear my own voice. Boiling. My brain. My heart. They boiled, they bubbled, they melted into mush. Pain crawled from deep within my body, tearing me apart. My consciousness liquefied and coursed through my veins. When it finally arrived at my heart, it erupted in a violent explosion, then vanished. Overwhelmed by these, my god, this sound is painful. Jeez. Overwhelmed by these horrific sensations, I was unable to figure out what was going on. I could no longer even think. Oh no. Oh no. He's at school. Or is it a delusion? Oh, we skipped to Yua. You know what? I think this is the perfect time to take a break. Oh boy. Things have certainly escalated. Woo! Okay. Oh boy. Mind control is out in full force now. Ooh, kind of spooky. Well, you guys, the story is really heated up. Until next time. Oh my god, jeez. Like, Rimi is acting sus. Like, poor ISA has gotten, like, her past exposed. Oh my god. The transfer student girl has barely done anything at all. Oh my god, you guys. Wow, I really want to see what happens. But yeah, we will continue this on Thursday. And of course, Ruina is on Tuesday again. So until next time, I will say so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya. It's okay, Zarmegas.